Hello, Rebels of the Sherpa Revolution. Normally, I start off this podcast by saying hi, but I'm going to start this one off by saying hydration. We know how important hydration is for our bodies. It's the thing that keeps us running, right? You want to be a well-oiled machine. You want to be running efficiently. You know what can help you run efficiently? Liquid IV. It is the category-winning hydration brand fueling your well-being, and the hydration multiplier is the one product that you are missing in your daily routine. It comes in a little stick that's a powder, and in just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than water alone. If you use it first thing in the morning, maybe before a workout, when you feel run down, maybe after a long night out and doing a little partying, you know what I mean? And even what if you have like a long flight or something like that and you just bleh, right? We all feel that way, bleh. So add this to your water, and that convenient packaging can go with you anywhere you go, even if you're going to the gym or you're traveling or you're at work and maybe you didn't have a great breakfast. At least it's something that will fuel you up in the morning, and there's a whole bunch of flavors that are available, like sea berry, strawberry lemonade, Concord grape, lemon lime, pina colada, tropical punch, watermelon, strawberry, passion fruit, guava, acai berry. Did I say that right? I never know how to say that. But those are just some of the flavors. Here's some statistics for you folks. 1 stick of liquid IV in 16 ounces of water contains 5 essential vitamins: B3, B5, B6, B12, and even vitamin C. And we all know how important those B vitamins are. It's got 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. It's made with premium ingredients. It's non-GMO, and it is free from gluten, dairy, and soy. I'm going to offer you a great deal, Rebels. If you go to liquidiv.com and use offer code Sherpa, you can get 20% off of anything that you order on that site when you're shopping for some better hydration. So that's Liquid IV. Check it out at liquidiv.com. Podcast that you're listening to is being presented to you in cooperation with the SJ Network. If you're a person who'd like to appear on a podcast, contact Stephen Joyner at s-j-network.com. Let's get on with the show.
Today, on the Sherpa Screening Room, it's a conversation with Nicole Shiflett. Nicole is an up-and-coming actress with an interesting background.
The Sherpa says he's got an interesting background. Unfortunately, it's only when he's standing in front of pictures of fluffy clouds.
Coming to you from Sherpa Chalet in beautiful downtown Mount Podcastia, it's time for entertainment interviews in the Sherpa Screening Room. Grab an aisle seat and a bucket of popcorn, but don't crunch too loud or you'll miss the show. Now, here's your host, Jim, the podcast Sherpa.
Hello, Rebels. Welcome to the Sherpa Screening Room, which is a presentation of Too Many Podcasts, which is the podcast about podcasts. And that would mean that you are listening to me, Jim the Podcast Sherpa. Yep, let me check. Yep, those are my feet. So that must be me. You know, we haven't done this in a little while because I know I've been kind of busy, but I got a little note from one of the employees of the Sherpa Chalet, and they said, you know, you should check the mailbox. It's kind of piling up a little bit. So you know what? Let's go to the mailbox.
Whatever you do, just don't go to the mailbox.
All right, now what do we got here? We've got some bills. No, we don't need that here. Subscriptions, no. Blackmail. No, I'll have to get back to that one. More blackmail. Even more blackmail. Oh. Huh. I'm being impeached as the president for Hair Club for Men. Here's the one that I was looking for. This is from David Thompson, who was actually a guest of the Sherpa Screening Room a while back. And this actually has to do with today's guest. So let me read the email to you because I think it'll clue you in on what's going on today. Jim, hello again. Just wanted to say I had a wonderful time doing your show. Really, he wrote that. I didn't make that part up. One of my students, Nicole Shiflett, is going to be on your show on Tuesday. She is an exciting young lady full of energy and drive. She's been with me for 2 weeks, and already she has done a stop-motion animated commercial and has been accepted in a short film. Because of her intense focus and desire to learn, her daughter has landed a role in the film as well. She is truly a star in the making. I am working with her to develop her online presence as an actress. She plays the violin, piano, and flute, an accomplished dancer as well. I choose my students very carefully, and it is a rare occurrence that I have a new student who takes off as quickly as she is doing. Currently, we are working on her IMDb and website and have a particular talent agent I have in mind for her. I believe you will find her a delight to interview. David Thompson. David Thompson, you, bing, 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 are 100% right. She was a delight to interview, and we had a little chat, and we got to know her and her experience so far as an emerging actress, and she's also doing something interesting on the side that we will get to in the course of the interview. So let's have a listen to my conversation with Nicole Shiflett. Hello there, Rebels. We are here in the Sherpa screening room, and today it's a little bit of a unique interview, I think. This lady is from Virginia.
Yes.
She's nodding. She said yes. She's our guest today. Her name is Nicole Shiflett. She is an aspiring actress who actually worked with one of the guests that we had a few weeks ago. And she also has an interesting occupation on the side, which we are also going to get to. So, hello, Nicole. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Now, is this your first podcast interview?
It is.
It is. Uh-oh. So, usually I tell my guests there is no math involved in my podcast interview, and we don't make you do unusual stunts either.
Oh, darn.
Because it is audio only. No one would know if you were balancing the glass on your head anyway.
Right.
Originally, you wanted to be an actress.
Yes.
And this is where Dave Thompson came into play.
Yes. I met him through a 9-9 agency or an agency. And then I took a workshop with him and really enjoyed what he kind of brought to the table. Mm-hmm. So I reached out to him and we clicked from there. And now he's my acting coach.
Okay. Had you done any acting before that?
Just back in grade school. So, been some time.
So you just felt you decided this is a good time to just kind of give it a shot.
Yeah. Took a lot of time off with my family and just reinventing myself. And it just clicked one day that this is what I want to do again.
Uh-huh. And you're a mom too, right? How many kids do you have?
I have 4.
4 kids. Well, that'll tie you down for a little while.
Oh yeah. They are crazy. It's a fun little circus in our house for sure.
What are the age ranges of your kids?
17-year-old, 10, 5, and 3.
In other words, all the fun ages.
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
And you always have aspirin handy, obviously.
Oh, yes. I have a lot of that in the cupboard, so.
You can have stock in Bear, right?
Yeah. We never run out. Costco runs for sure.
That's right. You just have them wheel it in on a hand truck and you're good for a while, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you were getting into acting, was there any kind of roles that you were particularly interested in, or you just really wanted to kind of experiment with different genres?
Yeah, just experiment with different genres, dive into a little bit of everything, and just kind of find my niche.
Mm-hmm. What are you partial to?
I'm not really partial to anything right now. I've been doing auditions. I just did one for sadistic headmistress of an academy. That was a really fun role to get into character for. I'm still really enjoying it, getting into the accent and the movements and stuff. That's something I've always wanted to do, is kind of play a villain. Mm-hmm. Because it's definitely not who I am every day.
Right.
But I mean, if it comes along where I'm playing like the girl next door or something like that, like I'm not opposed to that either.
It's funny because when I saw you on camera, I was going to say, like, you have a very familiar face. Like you do have kind of like the look of an actress. Did people ever tell you that?
Thank you. I've gotten that a couple times. Yeah. So thank you. So
if I actually do see you in a movie or a TV show, I'm going to be like, I think I know her. Wait a minute. No, she was a guest on my podcast.
Yes.
Do you have like any favorite actors?
Oh man. There's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. I was recently introduced to Betty Davis. I used to love watching older films with my mom when I was younger. So David reintroduced me to some of them, and Betty Davis right now, I really like her style because she can really tell the story with her eyes.
Mhm.
And that's something I have a lot in common with her. So it's like I get to learn, a little old trick and apply that to my acting. And I think that's one of my strongest suits, really, is telling a story through my eyes.
That's where a lot of the credibility comes from, I think. Especially when you're watching really good actors, if it's not in their eyes, if it's just that vacant look and they're in a serious scene, you don't buy it as much. You have to see like whether it's crinkling up in intensity or there's the tears are pouring in sadness and all of a sudden you have empathy for that character.
Yeah.
They truly are the windows to the soul, especially when you're looking at them on the screen.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, that's one of my biggest phrases.
Okay, so we can talk about something else now. You were just saying you do this on the side. We can. Well, actually, why don't you tell the folks what you do on the side?
Well, my full-time job is a preschool teacher. And then on the side from that, I do paranormal investigating.
Now, how long have you been doing this for?
I did it for 2 years back in Denver with my college troupe. And then my coworker, my husband and I, we kind of just picked it up this year. And we've done 2 investigations so far. Mm-hmm. So it's been fun. I just did one this last week. Or on Saturday, I should say.
So how does this work? Do people call you up and say, we think there's a spirit in the house? Can you get rid of them? Or
I wish it was that easy. We've kind of been exploring bigger venues when they have public paranormal investigations. So we end up going in with a group of people. A lot of them are beginners, some more pro, but you kind of get a split up amongst the building, but you still have tour guides and you get to do some fun stuff. And we've had some crazy experiences earlier this year. And this past weekend, it was a lot more mild, but it was a really fun investigation.
Well, who do you end up really looking for? Is it, or there's like specific people or just for a presence in general?
A little bit of both. We do our research for sure. Mm-hmm. Background stories. Sometimes the last one we did, I believe in July, we went to the library in Radford, Virginia, and pulled yearbooks and any information we could about this building that we were going into. So we had names, but then we kind of just go with the flow. Very open-minded. We try and debunk a lot of stuff to make sure that, it's not another team in another room saying something and being like, oh my gosh, that was this person who died here. And, you really got to go in with an open mind and just a little bit of skepticism.
Okay. What was the scariest thing that you've come across so far?
Oh man, this one gets to me. So we went to Radford, Virginia, and we went to the St. Albans Sanatorium. That was an experience. We were on the third leg of our investigation, and we ended up having what seems to be a legitimate communication with a spirit. And it was very lighthearted and it was a fun conversation. And then all of a sudden it went silent. And then the energy in the room got really dark and heavy. Now, the sanatorium has a very dark past. So, we were in the alcoholic room and then we ended up walking down the hall to the electroshock therapy room. And that energy was so heavy, I ended up getting physically ill from it. And one of our other coworkers and investigators, she also got sick from that experience. And it was really, it took a toll on us. I do believe in a lot of that stuff. I like my incense. I like my crystals. I'm not super into all that witchy stuff, but I do like trying to ground myself. But this one really threw me for a loop. And I'm still working up the nerve to go back. I want to, but I'm still a little like shaky from it.
Yeah. I've had people on the show who've talked about experiences with spirits, and they said sometimes like they've gone to a house and then when they got home, they noticed they had like burn marks on them.
Oh.
That nothing's ever happened like that to you. You've been lucky.
No physical contact.
Okay.
Sort. Yeah.
What would you do if that did happen? I don't know how to react to that.
I've thought about it, but I don't, since it hasn't happened, I don't know how I would react because it's like, it could be a cool experience. You could be like, oh, they're just trying to find a way to communicate with you. But then you could possibly have had bad energy or a bad entity trying to just mess with you. And that's one thing I don't do is demons or poltergeists. Like, no, thank you.
You want the friendly ghost. You want just Casper want to talk to you.
I will stick with Casper. I'm good with Casper. You can hang out with me any day.
Okay. We'll send this podcast out to them just to let them know, that you are very specific on the clients that you want to work with. Yes.
Reach out to those spirits and we'll connect with them.
So has your fascination with the other world, and has that been going on for a long period of time, or does it really just kind of start recently?
Oh no, my mom introduced me to like ghost hunters and stuff when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
So I grew up watching all of that, and it really fascinated me. And when I was in college, I was like, why not give it a try? Why not see what this is all about? And it sparked my interest, and it's been a fun journey.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely not your it's not preschool teaching.
Yeah, it's definitely a switch. Learn how to balance that.
and I guess you can't talk to the spirits like you do to the 3-year-olds, right?
I mean, you can if you like go into a house or a building with where there were children.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So bring a little bit of that in. So, and I'm always doing crazy kooky things with my kids at school. So I bring that to the table too.
As long as you never have to say the words, okay, here are some crayons, please do not stab me with them.
Especially not the red one.
Yeah, that's right. Or rewriting red rum. Do you think that with the paranormal investigating and the acting, do you think those fields will ever collide? Or
I mean, there's always the possibility. It would be really cool. We have some pretty big investigation teams out here in Virginia that do a lot of shows and stuff. And it'd be cool to collaborate with them and see what it's like to do it professionally. But I think too, it would be really cool to portray a ghost or a spirit in a show or a movie, or be an investigator on the screen. I've always wanted to do horror. Again, not so much my daily lifestyle because, toddlers. But yeah, I think it'd be really fun to be in that genre too.
Sure. Yeah, I guess that would be kind of like your middle ground, right? Between dealing with actual ghosts and, and acting like someone who's chasing after a ghost. So
yeah.
I guess that works. So when people want to find you, I mean, what do they do? Did you have like a social media page or anything like that? Or you just kind of go with groups right now?
Just social media. And then, we, my coworker, she's really good with the research side of things. So I let her do that. So she finds out what's going on and stuff like that, and sends me the info, and then I'll reach out to people, the owners of the business and stuff.
I mean, is there some place where we can tell everybody to look for you if they want an investigation, or not yet?
I mean, Facebook or Instagram right now is my main contact. Working on a website for sure.
Okay.
So that's in the works, and it'll be coming soon.
Okay. The social page, is that under your name or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we will keep that in mind. Let everybody know. And hopefully, I know you've got some things in the works with the movies. Wasn't there something that you're being considered for?
Yes. There's a few things right now. I've got a couple callbacks for movie where a girl is deaf and she plays the violin.
Mhm.
Or she loses her hearing and plays the violin. And then, and that one's really big to me. I really connect with that just because we come from a big music family.
Mhm.
And then another one actually is where it's a 48-hour film project. I'm really hoping to get in on that, or even just shadow just to see how they do it. That would be awesome. But yeah, they have 48 hours to film it, and it's going to be a horror ghost story. So that was a fun audition to record because they asked to tell a ghost story. So of course I told them about Albans, a lot more detail than we went into, but
Sure.
that was fun. And then this next one it takes place in the 70s, 80s era. And, the headmistress, she's evil, she's sadistic, she's seductive. Just a role that I never thought I would ever have land in my lap. And I am so excited. I had so much fun. I got into character for the audition, put on my red lipstick, had a blast. So I'm really excited about these roles coming up. Yeah.
When if something comes out or whatever, we can let everybody know. Just shoot me a line and I'll post it on our social media as well to let some of the folks know.
Of course. Yes.
Okay. So this is Nicole Shiflett. We will be hearing big things from her hopefully very shortly, or she will be getting rid of the ghosts in your house, one or the other. Nicole, thanks so much for your time.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jim.
Be a rebel. Follow the show at Sherpolution on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
A very special thanks to Nicole for swinging on by this Sherpa screening room, and of course to David Thompson for also letting this happen. Hey, if you are enjoying the show, could you do me a little favor? Go on to Apple Podcasts and write me a nice review, please. And if you do that, for your kindness, you could be entered into a contest where you could potentially win podcast merchandise. You guys know that, right? And that's all you got to do. Just say a couple of nice words. I just want to offer a little bit of commentary. We've been doing our show on YouTube also, just the audio only. You're welcome. Trust me. And there have been people posting things that, I don't really know what they're trying to say. I don't know if they're being disrespectful or trying to be funny. Just have something that maybe the people who notice your comments would maybe get something out of it. If you enjoy the interview, just say, hey, I like this interview. Or, if you didn't like it, you can even message me privately or email me at jimthepodcastsherpa@gmail.com and tell me what was missing if you think that there's something missing from it. That's all you got to do. Nice and easy. So you can listen to this show on podcast apps everywhere. That's where we are. And as I said, on YouTube or even on Sherpolution.com, where there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of cool links to check out. So I hope you will do one of those. So until then, I wish you all a great week. And it's time for me and Lord Mr. Bruce to head on out of here. And until next time, I say to you, Viva la Sherpolution.
Thanks for listening to the Sherpa Screening Room. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, and share this podcast. I'm Mr. Bruce, and this has been a Sherpaloo Studios production. Viva la Sherpolution.
Rebels, if you've been checking out some of my promotional ads on social media, you'll be aware that I have been using a lot of AI programs to help me create ads. But you know what? There's a lot more uses for AI than just funny little videos. And I'd like to introduce one of our new sponsors, Podium. It is a leader in creating AI tools for podcasters. Now, let's say you've got a podcast, or maybe you're even thinking of doing a podcast. You're probably wondering, well, how can AI be integrated with your workflow? I'll tell you about Podium. As a podcaster, you know that writing show notes and creating chapters and transcribing episodes takes a lot of time, and it can cost you a lot of money too. But you know what? That's where Podium comes in. It's an AI tool designed specifically for creators and podcasters with the goal of making post-production tasks quick and easy. And in just a few minutes, Podium generates show notes, chapters, summaries, clips for social media, a full transcript, suggested episode titles, social media posts, and more. Whew, that's a lot of work for one little program. Your show notes are key to your podcast's success because it helps new listeners find your podcast, and they'll know if it's a fit for them. Kind of like too many podcasts. It also improves your SEO. That's your search engine optimization. Ooh, big phrase there. And overall accessibility. And with Podium, you can focus on creating a great podcast and let Podium's AI do the heavy lifting. But Podium isn't just for solo creators and podcasters. It's a game changer for editors, producers, marketers, agencies, and production studios. Teams that use Podiums are able to increase workloads, decrease turnaround times, and improve their quality. How does it work? Very easy. First, go to Podium's website, and you'll see that link that's right there in the show notes. You get 3 hours free just to try it. Pretty cool, huh? And using that link also supports this show as well. And you know what else happens? Because I'm a good guy. You use my link, you will get 50% off for your first month. So visit the site, upload an MP3 file, and download your files, and that's it. And if you need anything else, you can use Podium GPT to generate articles and any marketing copy you might need in seconds. Instant show notes, transcripts, chapters for your podcast or channel. This will level up that podcast. So check out Podium today.